The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are The Bostonian versus The Book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus The Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
What is up, everybody? How are you? Welcome into a very, very fun, festive day that we call Roll Call Friday. No intro today with the special launch pad, because the guy that's going to start the show off with us is already launched into the stratosphere. No idea where we're going to go here when we go to Tampa, Dave. Sharapan Perrault, Roll Call Friday, and James Santore is going to have one for us here in just 1 second. How are you, my friend?
Well, I mean, I'm good. That little rhythm thing over my head looks good. Nice job with the graphic.
Thank you, Sonic.
Big weekend ahead. Masters weekend, UFC weekend. We got Zayd from Parts Unknown. Last time we had him,
My neighborhood.
weren't sure where he was or if he was under any duress. So hopefully, wherever he's at today is a little smoother. But Pirates are playing the Phillies this weekend
Poop.
in Philadelphia.
First inning. They won't change it. No, I mean, now it's a running gag.
P-O-O-P.
They just won't change it on the
Poop!
graphic. Like, can somebody please, like, just adjust it in some form or fashion?
No.
Change the bug so it doesn't say that. So every time these two teams play, that's on my screen. Like, what are we
Starts
doing?
off- Yeah, it's fantastic, and people are onto it. You know, it starts
yeah.
to go on social
Oh, yeah.
media. So yeah, Buccos lost yesterday. How'd the Red Sox do yesterday? You know?
Swept like I thought they were going to get by the Orioles.
Oh, yeah,
It's all right. It's fine.
that's fine.
Just win 79 games and I'm all good.
I
Actually,
got to
78,
shout out my guy Keith Irizarry too.
right?
He
Why?
commented on the Twitter.
Nice.
Still not sure. We were trying to get to the definition of jacking up and down, and
The easiest thing, somebody came in my DM and just says, explain this to Dave. How do you raise a car?
jack it up.
How do you put a car down?
Do you jack it down?
Yes.
Okay, so that's
Up
what
and
you
down.
were referring to as a car.
No, I was referring to a child sitting in a seat being very excited, but that's the terminology. That's the description of what
Being
you
jacked
say.
up or jacking it down. All right.
Up and down. Jack it up. jack it
Okay.
down.
That's not what you meant when you
Yes,
said
it is.
You made it up on the spot.
I told you it's about a kid jacking up and down. That's what it is.
Stop before I lose it. Stop. Right there. Because we might lose it when Santor shows up. It might go completely off the rails. And I have no idea where Zayd's going to be. And then we got Roll Call Friday. Let's start it off like this. As
Yeah.
the people come in,
Yeah.
please hit the like button. Please. I'm asking. The number for likes today
You
is
call them out.
89 and a half.
Is it what you do? You just call people's names and they show up in the chat?
Whoa!
Is that what happens?
Look at Irizarry. Look at him on the phone right there. This dude looking good. Praise
Not a
for a
phrase
child.
for a child.
I hope he's not with the kids. He might be on the GW bridge right now. This dude is working nonstop on NHL Network, and
He is.
it's great. We got to get everybody to hit the like button today.
Yeah.
Let's start off like we do on Roll Call Fridays for the early crowd that gets here, because Roll Call Friday will commence in about 75 minutes from now.
Correct.
Keep an eye on the clock.
Yes.
Where you're watching the show from, just the city name. That's all we need.
He's
City
approaching.
name.
He's approaching, the Lincoln.
Tunnel. Please, I'm getting the shakes right now. I don't want to talk about the Lincoln Tunnel no more right now. That was enough for me.
I'm jacked up to go to work.
Jacked up to work. You're right. Jack
He's
it up
always
and
jacked
jack
up,
it
though.
down.
I
when
mean,
you
the
leave.
arms alone for Irizarry, he's always got that going. So,
He's always stretching. He's
always got
probably
that going.
sleeveless in the car right now going to work. Unbelievable.
sleeveless is what our boys James is. James is sleeveless.
Is he?
You ready?
Girls, James is going to be on. Turn it on.
James is going to be on
Look
without
at this stud.
without a shirt on.
Whoa, come on. It's a jersey. Come on. Are you kidding me?
Oh my
You know I'm
God.
repping Philly all the time.
You're getting toasty. Look at the red chest already. The Florida sun is getting to you. How
Love
are
it.
you and where are you, Mr. Santor?
All right. I am in Tampa Bay, which I've determined is the Atlantic City of Florida.
100%.
Right? That makes sense. It's like I felt like I was in Grand Theft Auto last night.
With more strip clubs.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of those yet. I don't
What?
plan on it.
It's the number one strip club joint in America is in Tampa Bay.
I've heard that. Yeah, I'm nervous about that. But yeah, we did a booze cruise earlier. Absolutely electric. We ran out of beer 5 minutes in, and we literally had to dock at one point to go get more at 7-Eleven. So it was.
Oh my God.
It was a great start.
Are you with Philly guys?
So yeah, my cousin. So shout out Vinny. He may be on. If I don't know how okay he is right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So if he's okay later, he may be on. I'm with a bunch of Jersey, like Seton Hall guys, and then my other cousins. So a lot of Jersey and Philly guys. This is an electric crew. Yeah, we're just getting started.
Which day is this? 1, 2, or 3 for you guys being down there so far?
Everybody got here late last night because
it's day
of
one.
weather. So this is the true day one.
This is day one.
And so what we're doing later is we're going to Tampa Tarpons game, which is like their AAA Yankees affiliate.
Okay.
And my cousin doesn't know, but he's throwing out the first pitch. He has no idea. And I love my cousin. He hasn't played baseball since he was like 7. So I don't know where this is going to go.
Oh, no.
It's like 50 Cent. Like the ball's going to go off in
Are
different
you
directions.
recording this?
We're like, are you kidding me? Yeah. I'm recording the hell out of it. And it's either going to be like he can shock the world and throw an absolute dart, and which I'd be so happy about, or it could be the funniest thing in the entire world. And the best thing is he's following it up by dancing on the dugout in the 4th inning. So it's going to just be this. I have like these little like microphones we're going to bring.
Right.
And we're just going to be just recording a podcast basically throughout the entire thing. It's going to be awesome.
My goodness. This sounds awesome. I can't wait to see the B-roll of this.
Right.
Yes. This is good stuff.
This first pitch is going to maybe be on ESPN tomorrow. Hopefully on the if it's on ESPN, it's on the not top 10. But I still think there's like a sliver of hope that it could be an absolute dart.
Oh, or he spikes it, one of the two.
Exactly. Again, it is one of the two. Matt, how was Chicago?
It was unbelievable. It was one of the best weekends of my life. It was just everything. I saw Ohtani hit a home run. I saw Bedard score. Both home teams won. It was awesome. It was cold, but it was really fun. It was not like where you are where the warm is.
Well, yesterday there was a tornado warning, so I was like, I came here a day early just so I can get some sun, and it was literally I thought I was going to die in the apocalypse. So I was like, this is like you know how it is. You bring the East Coast weather with you, but
you left last week. I was in your neighborhood. It finally stopped raining. Which you had all that rain and everything else. Now you go down to Florida and you got a tornado.
I think it's my fault, and I'm sorry to everybody here in Florida. I think they've got plenty of good weather to deal with otherwise, but yeah, it is what it is.
All right, so you guys rolled out the golf on the Rithmm app. A lot of people are pretty pumped up to see this. Obviously, we have the Masters going on right now. It looks like Tiger, as long as he doesn't completely throw up over the next 6 holes, will make the weekend. That's big news for anybody who wants to gamble and bet on golf. Talk about the app a little bit. What is it that you guys have available right now on Rithmm for golf?
Yeah, so we just came out with it yesterday, right in time for the Masters. But basically, if you're watching and you're not sure what to bet on, you don't feel like just randomly throwing money on Scotty Scheffler because he's the only guy or you see him at the top of the leaderboard. We show you kind of where those best betting opportunities are. So let's say it's some the top 10, the top 20. Again, somebody that maybe is like a 75th ranked golfer, but they're having a great run. Rithmm is showing that the data is showing that they actually have a chance to finish again in one of the spots.
You froze.
Sorry,
James froze.
He'll click back. It wasn't me this time.
All right, hold on.
He was going 1, 2.
Yeah, he's good.
Wait, 5, 4, 3.
Back, Jack. Okay, there he is.
There he is. Keep going.
Wait, I saw a black screen. Where did you lose me?
Lost you on top 10, top 20.
Top right.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, think about the way that like our NBA player props feature. That is exactly what we have for golf now. So basically, we're taking it every round, seeing where the leaderboard stands, taking all the data, running it across, again, all the data that we have over 3 years and showing you where the best betting opportunities are. So exactly the same way you think about NBA player props, think about that for golf, and just make sure you can watch the Masters, watch any of the tournaments that are going on, and PGA PGA, LPGA, Euro Tour, Live Golf, whatever it is. Trying to again give you that same utility now.
Oh wow! So it's not just the PGA Tour you guys are doing.
Nope. No, I mean, again, if you're a golf fan, this
Oh.
is something that you really need to have, just because, again, we're allowing you to not only just see other golfers, but also just understand, again, how the dynamics of these leagues work, kind of see where guys will go. Again, in Live Golf, it's interesting to see now how somebody's performing on Live Golf and betting on them and seeing where, again, the recommendations lie. And then seeing a major like this where you can see, again, exactly where, again, they're performing and again where Rithmm thinks you should be betting on them. So there's a lot of like underdogs. I have a few picks ready for you guys, but
Okay.
it's a really, if you're betting on golf, this is something that you should definitely check out. It's a free 7-day trial through the Masters. So it's again, now's the time. And we're going to continue to add more features, add more bet types, but it's really cool. And again, we'll see how many people win, but we're feeling good about the numbers so far.
Before we do the picks, Dave, did you just see we famously Coach Young came on and did the head spin? You just did the head spin, and everybody in the chat noticed what your head spin because there was a lady that walked into the pool and your head was. So how is the scenery? They want to know the scenery in Tampa at the pool right now.
Let's just say since I sat down to get ready for the show, it's changed dramatically.
In a good way or bad way?
Blocked him out.
We kicked
Somebody got him.
Somebody got him. Hold on. Let's see if we can snap back in. Somebody texted. See, this is what happens when you're on your phone. Somebody texts you, and when you get a phone call or you get text messages, you get clicked on.
Right.
And it boots you. It boots you. The FCC, FCC got him.
FCC got him.
Let's see if we can get James back up, because I don't know if the scenery got better or worse. We got to get his picks on too. So
yeah,
that happens.
Ain't cousin Vinny behind James.
No, that's what your brother. That's what
call brother Dan. Yeah, brother Dan don't miss. He's like that Snoop Dogg gift that I've been firing out there. That MF don't miss. Yeah, he don't miss nothing. Neither did James. Actually, that's good.
We'll see if we can get him back on.
As he gets back, put us back here. Did you see anything at the Masters like between yesterday and today that you like? All right, maybe I should make a play, or are you good?
Because of the round one being suspended due to overnight or due to darkness, I didn't fire. I hit my, amazingly enough. The only bet I made in the first round was DJ over Spieth, and they both fell apart. Just Spieth fell apart worse than Dustin Johnson did. So I won that bet in the first round, but that caused me not to be able to bet the second round because I didn't know when, where, how, where guys were going to go. And the head-to-heads weren't really there. So I stayed up the second round entirely. So I just have my futures going into the weekend, but I didn't touch anything on round two for that very reason. I was sort of like taken aback by that. That darkness situation really caused a lot of issues for me, at least betting.
It's an absolute nightmare when they don't finish the round
for
the book too. It's a pain for the bettor. And you're like, oh, why don't they put this market up? Well, this guy's done. Well, not everybody is done. So you can't just grade stuff and add new stuff. Believe me, the book would love to put up as much as they possibly could for round two and then readjust all the odds as soon as they can. So like a lot of people get a bad rap book wise. And this is where I always like to stand up and, say for the book guys, you can't do it. You just can't without knowing the results and knowing who's playing with who or when. I mean, the pairings, but you don't know. You have to have an idea what the cut line might be. So it's hard. But
so James just popped in.
Scheffler's winning.
Scheffler's
winning.
Winning it or winning right now? You think it's done?
It's done.
No, I just disagree with you.
No?
Disagree with you. Yeah, no, I don't think it's over. Not by any means. Now Scotty's tied for the lead with Bryson, but I don't think it's that open and shut. Like he's a machine, but I don't think it's open and shut for Scotty Scheffler. I don't think this thing's over by any means. I think
weather better, wind or something better impacted. Otherwise, they're going to light it up.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, the wind is definitely a factor. The wind is why everybody tanked this morning. The wind was howling yesterday, howling today. So that caused guys who weren't playing well in the wind. I mean, Dustin Johnson's 12 over so far right now through 12 holes in the second round. Like he's just playing the string out to go home.
Right.
he's just
got a 6 o'clock flight or something.
Yeah, he's somewhere he's got to be. He's just going to roll. All right, so we found James. I think we fixed whatever was going on with.
Did he fall into the pool?
He didn't fall into the pool. I think just people were being angry with us over just a variety of things. So
No, actually,
back.
what happened was I think my laptop just spontaneously combusted from the Florida sun.
Heat. Oh, it happens here all the time. I know exactly what that's like.
Yep.
It overheats and says, we ain't playing anymore. Goodbye. Shut down.
It was flickering as if somebody threw like an EMP. Shout out Call of Duty if somebody was doing that.
Look at
and
the bicep vein on this dude.
Yeah, all right. I just moved my phone. Like now you make me feel uncomfortable, man.
I'm impressed with this, dude.
Yeah.
This is good. As a fellow dude that works out. How old are you? 30?
Yep.
Good for you, dude. Keep working.
I got catcalled on the elevator by a older male today, and I was very uncomfortable with like 12 people in the elevator, and I was like, it's like, thanks, man. And I just was like, all right, get me out of here, please.
That's tremendous. All right, give us the picks. You were leading into your picks conversation. Who do you like? Oh, no. Did the cell phone? Wait, hold on.
Wait.
I see you. I hear you. Well, we don't see you. Now we hear you.
Okay.
Now we see you.
All right. So I was trying to go back to my picks. That's the problem that I can't do it. So, but what you can do actually, let's do this. If Matt or Dave, if you could pull up actually like Rithmm's website and go to the golf picks.
Yep.
Apologize. Look, not ideal. Just trying to make it work on a bachelor party. And again, shout out my cousin Vinny. So I'm gonna give you a quick background just while you're doing that. Yep. My cousin Vinny, he's like a rocket scientist. So he went to Seton Hall. So shout out Seton Hall, go Pirates. He works for Lockheed Martin, and he is a legit rocket scientist. So as I've always tried to, develop my career and my goals, I've always been like, well, I'm not a rocket scientist, and I'm on a sport. I'm talking about sports betting, but that's what we do here. So shout out to Vinny.
You actually have my cousin Vinny.
Yeah, we actually talked about it on the Uber here. So yeah, we all have a my cousin Vinny, which is the most Italian thing ever. So we're just really fitting all the stereotypes right now.
I love
that's tremendous. Now, in terms of the Masters, like, what do you have any theories? Do you have any philosophies when it comes to this tournament? Like everyone's saying, you can't bet what they're calling this new debutante. Like the first timers can't be bet. Isn't this where the model comes in and like takes out all that bias and says, forget about that nonsense. It matters what's happening on the course, not what happened previously.
Yeah, and you just exactly explained why Rithmm is important for the sport, because again, when it comes time to Sunday and Rithmm's actually calculating all that for you, it's not you using your heart or you using the storylines or narratives being driven by the media. It's Rithmm saying this is the data, this is showing what should happen based on, again, what's happened so far and based on what we predict is going to happen in the future. So we're trying to take that out of the step for you, and it just making it a little bit easier to, again, find those opportunities. The best part about golf to me is, again, it's kind of like the prize picks parlay play model, where it doesn't just take, you don't only have one opportunity to win. You have multiple. With golf, again, if you think about the top 5, top 10, top 20, and there's so many other different, again, that's what we have so far, but there's so many other different markets. There's so many chances to win. And as you're watching, it makes the Masters that much more fun. It makes every other tournament that much fun on a random weekend. So I think that's where Rithmm really comes into play, is when you're like, okay, we can just, again, now find again these random golfers we never even heard of, but now they're the ones that are plus 4,500 that are going to make it a really, really fun time watching the way the rest of this round develops.
So you guys are currently doing a recalibration because of the second round underway right now. So there aren't picks up at the moment on the app for heading into the weekend, but
they'll be for tomorrow. Yeah,
I looked at it last night, and Xander Schauffele was the number one most recommended play at 42-1 to win the thing, which I found to be really interesting, because that's a golfer who can get hot on the weekend and make a charge, and didn't really like Scotty Scheffler all that much. I was surprised. The Rithmm model likes some longer shots. So do you think someone
price?
Yep. Because of the price?
Because of the price.
Yeah, it's the inefficiencies, right? So again, think about like how we predicted NC State like throughout the tournament. It's finding where, again, a team has, again, where they're good at. Basically, we're taking in all the stats they have and finding where the opportunities lie against their competition. And when we think about golf, you think about the types of golfers they are, how far they hit the ball, again, their finesse, the way they putt. Like, again, think about it almost like you're creating a golfer in Tiger Woods or PGA Tour or whatever video game you're thinking of. We're taking that and saying this is where the best bets are based off of that. So for Xander, it's kind of one of those things we're saying, yeah, based on his performance so far, based on, again, how we think he can play the rest of the round, there's a great opportunity for him to either, I don't know if you were saying win outright or top 5, but like that's basically what Rithmm's trying to predict for you. And again, if you're thinking that as you're watching and then Rithmm validates that, that's exactly what you're looking for instead of trusting some random person on social media.
Yeah, the chat would like you to just pan the camera a little bit one way or the other. If you could just,
I don't think legally I'm allowed to.
Fair. All right, that's
Yes,
fine.
it's not allowed. I
Just
agree.
making sure. Just a little, because you got people walking around and they're just saying they're just
He's in a
like,
public
Look, I
place.
said this. I warned you guys. I warned the chat. This is going to be a
Awesome.
hell of a show.
It's awesome.
And not because of me, just because of who knows what's going to happen behind me.
that's what I'm saying. It's perfect.
Like,
Hello.
right.
That's all right. That's stay. Now we're working. All right, good job. The chat is happy with you. You look great in that tank top. It says
Look.
filler on it.
Okay, now
this is the
here's a-
Iverson. You got the
here's a
Iverson.
question. Here's a question for you. Okay, so you have the Sixers who are rolling. Okay, when you're walking around Tampa, are you getting yelled at that? People calling you out, saying Sixer fans, are you guys all back in like Dave? You all believing again?
Hold on.
Can you hear me?
What's that? Wait, there we go. Can you hear me?
Oh no.
Yeah. What happened?
All right. Sorry, we're back. I lost my headphones. Am I good?
All right.
So I got here yesterday. I walked into a bar. It was like a Lightning bar. I had a Phillies hat on and a Sixers shorts on. So they call that the Philly tuxedo. So that was, that's I was rolling around. That's how I was rolling around all day.
Yeah.
Some
yelled at
dude
by people.
some dude immediately was like, "Oh, Phillies, bro, sick." I was like, "Do I really have to do it?" I was like, "Yeah, they're not good right now. I understand that. They're gonna be fine."
Yeah.
So that was how it rolled up so far. Nobody
I
said a
love
single
wearing the other
thing.
team stuff when you go to places because then they give it to you quick. Like when I go down on the strip, I love wearing the Red Sox stuff because all the New York people say something.
It's all about playful banter.
Yankees.
Playful banter is the best way to enjoy sports. Like that's how it makes
Fair.
it fun. And when people take it too seriously, that's when it becomes like really uncomfortable. And that's where, again, people get Philly a bad rep. You go out to California, San Francisco, LA, people are getting shot out there for their fandom. So
Mad.
it's
Yeah,
like
they get mad.
yeah. So I'm not like that. I just like to be a little wear my jerseys, wear my hats,
You're
say
out
go
of
Birds.
town. You're out
Yeah,
of
look,
town.
but you
know
have to
who the
remember-
Phillies are playing this weekend, right? You
Yeah,
have
the
any-
Pirates. The Pirates. I mean,
Yeah.
but you're saying out of town real quick, and we'll get back to the Pirates. Florida is basically South Philadelphia. This is I could walk down the street in any city here and be like, oh, I know 6 people. They're all over the age of 60, but I probably know all of them.
Tampa is same with Pittsburgh. It's Pennsylvania South.
It's when
Everybody
you get
moves down there, and that's where they live.
You get tired of potholes. You get tired of the winters, and you're like,
Yes.
you know what? Florida doesn't have that many issues, except that there's 7,000 stoplights and there's a million chain restaurants. But other than that, it's pretty awesome.
It's great. Yeah.
I've also we went to some karaoke bar last night. That was kind of our kickoff.
Oh,
The same guy performed 8 different songs.
Wow.
was he good?
I mean, better than I would be for sure. But like, he
Oh.
looked like he was somebody that goes every single night.
If
And
you if you had to do karaoke, what would be your karaoke song?
So that's something about me that I'll share with everybody here. I've never done karaoke. And I'm
Nor have I.
I don't
Neither
have
have
many.
I.
I don't have many fears in my life, but I think karaoke is one of them. So maybe that's something we all have to do together.
I need to be seriously inebriated. Like I got to be like
That's good content.
borderline blackout for me to get
Yeah.
up there and actually do that.
That's what I've always said too. I don't
because-
know what I would do otherwise.
I have this big fear because I did this to a co-host of mine when we were in Alabama together. He was so drunk, he got up and he sang My Sharona in a gigantic bar, wasted. And the DJ, unbeknownst to me, taped it and gave it to me on a CD. And the next morning on my radio show, I spent an hour playing him singing My Sharona over and over and over again to the point where he walked in the studio and almost wanted to fight me.
Unbeknownst
That's
to
hilarious.
him, you did that?
Dan Bach, I did that too.
Oh, wow.
Wait. That just reminds me. I have a good story. I think that you guys
Okay.
in the brigade will like here. Have you guys ever heard of Coyote Ugly?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I've never heard of it. And then we walk in there last night, and my buddy's like,
Oh,
I want to buy him a shot. Not me, thank God. But another friend, and he got like whatever the coyote shot is.
Yeah.
okay.
I've never seen abuse so openly that they tied my cousin up in not even the cousin whose bachelor party is. They tied him up in like police caution sign,
Oh,
and then I have these videos. I'm never showing them on here again.
Yeah.
That's
right.
it looks like he was getting waterboarded. It looked like he was Al Qaeda had him, and then they were trying to take but it was some girl that looked like Rihanna. So it was like,
right.
It was one of the
Acceptable.
wildest. I was standing there and all like videotaping this. I'm like, I don't know if I have to step in or if like
And
I
help
just
him?
let this
Nope.
happen.
Just sit back and enjoy the show, James. Like, just sit back and make sure he don't do nothing that's going to get him in trouble or the rest of the team in trouble. But
Well, that's that. I'm the oldest one here, so that's literally my job.
oh, you're the grown up.
You're
How
the
about
grown-up.
that?
Uh-oh.
That's a new role. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
You're in charge.
Right. This is good. So there's a Coyote Ugly here in town.
Yeah.
Down at New York, New York. The movie Coyote Ugly, they recreate that scene. That's what they're doing. You should do yourself a favor, kids. Watch the movie Coyote Ugly. It's pretty good. All right, I'm going to get you out of here on this. This is the last one from me. We're winding down in the NBA. The regular season games, it's really hard to find bets. The lines are absurd. 17, 19, it's nuts. Is it go time for the playoffs for Rithmm? Like, I mean, from what I've seen so far, NCAA went well. I would tell people maybe caution on the rest of the regular season, right? And get ready to fire on the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I think especially when backups are playing a lot, like it's just always different, right? Like it's just a different game, different minutes. Like so, we factor that all in as much as we can. But if you think about data as a whole, when there's less data on a backup compared to a starter, it's more unpredictability. So I think again, player props are still an awesome opportunity right now to bet on at this stage in the season because again, we bake in the way that how much they played, how much they're expected to play based on injuries and things like that. So there's still a lot of opportunities on player props. Again, game picks, again, we're still taking in as much data as we possibly can. But I think as a viewer, it can be frustrating when, again, there's a bunch of random backups in. Guys aren't playing their traditional minutes, especially when you're taking it over. If anything, it's a huge opportunity on the unders when you have some starters that are playing that aren't going to be wanting to play their full 30-plus minutes. So I think, again, Rhythm's still giving you a lot of opportunities to make these last few games fun, but come playoff time, it's going to be awesome. Especially, think about the playing games. So much action so quickly. And I think the play-in tournament in general is a perfect betting opportunity because it makes you actually care, and then it makes it that much more fun when you get to the playoffs. So, again, we'll have NBA. We're going to, again, continue to have golf for every single tournament. We're thinking about how we're going to add MLB and some other sports. And, we're just going to keep cooking. But, again, appreciate your guys' support. And anybody who's looking to bet on the Masters, go download Rithmm.
Absolutely, man. Hey, have fun. Thank you for doing this when you're on vacation. I know it was a tough spin for you to get out there and do that. So thank you for being a part of this. We really appreciate it.
Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sorry, I'm in a tank top and I'm in a pool. But I felt like
I just got to get you a BVB bucket hat or something.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look, you send me some BVB stuff. I'm gonna be wearing it everywhere.
We're
I'm walking skating around South Philly in some BVB stuff. People
Let's
are like,
go.
what's BVB? Like, what?
doing
Yes,
it.
sir.
We're doing it. My friend, have fun. Be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, all right?
Stay out of trouble.
See you guys.
That's one Mr. James Santore from Rithmm joining us here on BBB. We go from one pool to the next pool. We go pool to pool. This is a pool show here in
Sexy
Vegas.
guy.
He is Zayd Hussein. UFC 300 is tomorrow night here in Las Vegas. Every fucking fighter made weight. 13 fights, 13 fighters, all made weight. That's called a professional card. Z, how are you? Welcome back to Vegas.
What's going on, guys? How we doing today?
Dude,
Good.
So you bet your ass everybody made weight because Dana White announced yesterday $300,000 worth of bonuses being given out here. So we're gonna have bonuses everywhere. There's going to be finishes. It's going to be a crazy night of fights.
It really is. I cannot wait to go. I'm on Sports Grid till 4 o'clock Pacific time, and then I got to fly to T-Mobile Arena. I cannot believe, Z, I'm saying it we talked to Brendan Fitzgerald yesterday from the UFC and ESPN. I'll say it's the same thing to you. How in the hell is the first fight of the night Figueiredo Garbrandt? I mean, that is a banger of a fight to start, and it's going to be with nobody in the building.
It's insane, and I think this is the first time you will see people in the building right away, especially the fact that, these fights are so good. There's so many fights. And we heard people talking shit about the main event and hey, this isn't, marquee names. Every single fighter on this card could legitimately headline a UFC fight night. Like Figueiredo Garbrandt could be a fight night headliner. Holly Holm, Kayla Harrison, she made weight. She looked like a zombie on the scale, but hey, she made the weight, and she's gonna be huge coming into this fight. Like there's so many fights, man. It's I'm so excited. I'm ready to go, and I can't wait to watch these fights tomorrow.
Well, it's great to see you. I'm wearing your pirate jacket. How does
there we
it
go.
look? Right?
Beautiful.
It
Absolutely
looks
beautiful.
great. Z gave me this. We'll talk more about anything you want to talk about baseball and this and that, but we brought you on to talk about fights. I looked at the card and I gravitated just, scanning down the lines and went, Bo Nickel, that big of a favorite? Like Z, you can't have this on the money line. You got a submission. You got what's the play in that fight? Because that one is gonna, it's a little close to my heart with him being a Penn State guy and all.
Yeah, for sure. And here's the thing: it's like even if you take Bo Nickel inside the distance, it's minus 900.
Right.
So it's like you can't even like Dave. I was trying to find different ways to play this, and it's unbettable. It truly is unbettable because there's a scenario where he just takes him down and decides, hey, I just want to ground and pound him and finish him. And then there's a scenario where, hey, he wants to choke him out because he can finish this fight any way he wants. So you can't really like gamble on it. I mean, if you're going to lay minus 900, he's going to win inside the distance. But I mean, we know how it is. It's minus 900. So
yeah.
Is the idea, like I was talking with somebody yesterday a bit about this, about why not give Bo Nickel a bigger challenge? Why not give him somebody that is in the top 10 for UFC 300? Is it just trying to build up his resume? Because he's getting booed yesterday at the press conferences, and he's in love with it. He's welcoming all the hate, and he likes that people think he's too cocky and they want him to lose. Why not make it a bigger challenge for Nickel?
I think it's rare what we're seeing with Bo Nickel because UFC usually, after one or two fights, they're throwing you to the wolves. They're throwing you to that top 15 if you have potential. And I think with him, they see a true star in the making, and they don't want to rush him. They can let him slowly develop. I mean, he fought 2 Dana White Contender Series fights because Dana didn't want to just throw him in right away. And I think he is going to be elite, and it's just a matter of slowly working him up because they know they have that rising star. If you throw him to a top 10 guy, and guess what? They stop that takedown. They keep that fight standing. You get exposed right away, and the hype dies down. So I think they're playing it the right way. It's a safe way to play it. Slowly build him up as a star. Let him get a striking underneath him, and then you're going to have a real superstar in your hands.
So am I looking at this card right, you two? Is there 3 female fights?
Yes.
Okay.
And
so
one
we
title
got
fight.
Andrade Rodriguez around minus 140,
Mhm.
and then Holm and Harrison is a big number.
Yeah,
My
Harrison's
goodness.
expected to
That's
dominate.
huge,
Holm.
almost
Yeah.
$5.
Yep.
And Weili Zhang and Yan is
Yep.
also minus $5.
Yep.
Mhm.
Any plays in those Z? Where you not maybe just side, but I like how you always go this one by submission or this one inside the distance or any of that stuff.
Yeah, I like the Rodriguez as a dog here in this fight. I think Jessica Andrade has been fighting. Her last couple of fights have been great matchups for her. She was able to keep the fight standing. Mackenzie Dern, not really a striker, so she looked well. So Jessica's stock, I would say, is at almost like an all-time high right now because of her finishes that she's had. But Marina Rodriguez, make no mistake about it, she's like really, really good on the feet, and she's legit. And Jessica's not going to try to take this to the ground. So I think this is going to be more of a standing fight. I think Marina can knock her out, honestly. I like her side as the dog, and I lean the under here. I think there's going to be so many finishes on this card, given the bonuses.
Yeah, I would agree with that. What do you make of all the questions to Holly Holm? I asked Brendan Fitzgerald this question yesterday. He didn't really think it was that big of an issue, but there's been so much talk about the Ronda Rousey book and looking back in history, and the challenge that Holly Holm has in front of her coming up on Saturday is incredible. I mean, she has, want to talk about a superstar potential. Dana White's wanted Harrison to be in the UFC forever from the PFL. Now she's in it. Now she gets a chance to fight on the main card in a big fight, or I guess the prelim, sorry, but for in a big fight on a big card overall. Can Holmes shock the world again? Can she do it twice in her career?
I think, people that are saying that and looking at it like that, it's just Holm is almost 43 years old. I think she's 42 right now.
Yep.
And Kayla Harrison, it's not like people think she's 33 years old. She's still like in her prime.
Yep.
And she didn't take damage in the PFL and other organizations. She was just straight running through everybody. And it's the fact that she made the weight in this fight. Like being able to make that weight. She was fighting at 155, 145, and now she's going to be huge coming. She's going to come into the octagon at least 165 pounds, I think, without a doubt in my mind. And this is going to be very hard for Holly Holm to overcome. I think Kayla Harrison is going to take her down. I like her by finish. I think she could get it done. If she wins this fight, I think they fast track her right to the belt. So it's something that's going to be huge. I mean, they signed Kayla Harrison for a reason, and they know it's because she is a star, legit Olympic gold medalist, superstar,
Judo,
and that's what we're going to see.
The co-main under in that one. It screams just again, and I'm just looking at the line, but I've watched at least Weili Zhang fight, and
she's
go
incredible.
Yeah,
I mean, this is going to end. I think less under the total, right or wrong.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Weili's, if she gets her down with her grappling, she's going to have a huge advantage on the ground. And this is a fight I would definitely lean under. There's, people are making a case for the dog, but I just don't think she could keep it standing. I think Weili's going to be able to take her down and do whatever she wants on the ground.
All right, let's get to some of the really interesting fights, some of the fights that have shorter numbers than some of the longer shot fights, because there are some really competitive fights here. Aljamain Sterling against Calvin Kattar. This is a short number for Sterling. Kattar can box, but can he stuff the takedowns? Is this just basically a knockout for Kattar or a submission for Sterling?
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head mostly. I mean, when you look at Kattar, people are talking about 91% takedown defense and he's stuffing all these guys. But look at who he's fought. He hasn't fought a legit, real grappler, that a guy that's going to continuously pursue takedowns, get his back. And I think this is a spot where Sterling plus 500 submission, I think it's still out there right now. If Sterling takes him down, I think he gets a rear naked choke finish here. And I think it can happen very, very early. You got to remember, Calvin Kattar, 2-year layoff, coming off of a torn ACL. It's a big ask, and Sterling's going to be way stronger moving up in weight. I don't think it's going to be bad for him.
Holloway and Gaethje. Interesting fight.
Yeah.
This is really hard. I mean, both guys have followings. Tough fight to handicap. You got any thoughts with that one?
Yeah, I think people that jumped on Holloway early, I didn't really agree with, and now you get Holloway at even plus 130, and I still see people betting Holloway at 130, 140. I think it was Gaethje side or nothing. For me, I played the fight doesn't go the distance, and I thought the fight not going the distance at a pick'em is outrageous. Honestly, I like that as one of my favorite bets of the night. I mean, these guys are talking about they're going to kill each other in the cage, and this is a BMF title fight on UFC 300. The stakes are so high; these guys are throwing down 100%. So I think the fight to not go the distance.
So Max has never been finished. So are we saying if you think it goes, you have to bet on Max to win the fight? No? Or are you thinking that Gaethje is going to make history here and be the first one to stop Max Holloway?
I think Gaethje hits like a truck, and you got a guy in Max Holloway that's moving up in weight again. And we saw against Poirier, he ate those shots early in his career. But now you're moving up again against one of the hardest hitters, hardest guys that are throwing, insane leg kicks. This is going to be a fight of 5 rounds. I just don't see it happening. There's too many hard punches here. And if Holloway stops him, I can easily see that happening as well. You got equity on both sides. Justin Gaethje, 10 of his 12 fights inside the UFC ended inside the distance. So it's not like he's coming in there and just, moving around and feeling each other out. It's going to be a war from the start.
It's going to be a fun fight. I mean, this is kind of the problem with the card, because we talked yesterday to Brendan Fitzgerald. We didn't talk at all about the main event. We've talked here now for 10 minutes. We haven't talked about the main event.
Right. That was my next question.
Yeah, the headline fight of the night, Jamal against Alex. Pereira is a guy who's favored, which I'm surprised, because a lot of people like Hill to come in here because he has never lost the belt. He had it taken away from him. Do you like the dog, or is this a chance for Alex to get maybe fight later for the other belt that he lost previously, but he may try to become a 2-time champion? What do you make of the main event?
I think for me, this is another fight that I could see ending early. I don't like the Hillside like everybody else does. I mean, he's coming 9 months off a torn Achilles. That's a major, major injury. We don't know how he's going to look inside the cage. And people are discrediting, their method of victory here is Hill knocking out Pereira. Pereira's literally the best striker inside the UFC right now today. And yeah, his chin is questionable, but man, that left hand, those leg kicks that are going to be coming early at that Achilles that was injured, I don't know, man. I find a hard time, especially at this price of only a plus 120. I can't bet Hill here. I'm Pereira or pass, and I like the under. You could get fight doesn't start round 5, I think at minus 300, which is honestly worth laying the price as a parlay piece.
Huh.
Who'd you come out with? Did Cousin Wally come out with you to strip?
I was solo. Right after I rushed, we had our holiday, and I rushed right out of here. I met up with Nick and Yanni and the guys last night. We had a nice dinner, and it was a good time.
I saw the pictures on Twitter. You look good. Last time you were on the show, the chat is very concerned for your whereabouts. So you're good. Like wherever you were last time, everything's good. You're fine.
Yeah, I've been released, and now I'm out. I'm ready to go now. I'm free from all that. I was being held captive. We had some stuff going on.
Did they make you pick Texas? I mean, were you under duress?
Hey, we won the first game dominantly, and we were only small
You
favorites.
did.
Okay, so I love that first game. Game 2, we couldn't hit a shot. I mean, it was
Man.
It was a close game though too. Game 2, they covered the spread as well. So technically, if you bet Texas against the spread, both games you win 2-0. That's pretty good.
True. That's very
good.
true.
Yes.
What are your best bets for UFC 300? Because you hit a big one the last time you were on with us with a big card.
Yep.
What's a bet? What's a price? What's a market that you're looking at that you're going to play?
Yeah, for me, something that stuck out to me, and it's not like something you should throw a lot of money on, but you mentioned the Sterling submission of his path to victory. I think instead of laying that -160, -170 price tag on Sterling, sprinkle a couple dollars on him by submission at +500. I think it's still available, +450 in other shops. But that's his probable method of victory here. He's going to look to take him down right away. And I think if he takes his back, he gets the finish here. So I like Sterling by sub. I even seen in like the embedded videos and him training and all the montage he released, he's literally practicing the sub, the takedown, take his back sub. So that's the way that this fight's going to go, I think.
Yeah.
You going to be around the whole weekend?
Yeah. I'll be here till probably Sunday. I may extend depending on how the trip's going. A little bit gambling wise.
Open-ended Vegas Z trip. Those are always fun when he says, "Oh, I'm supposed to leave Sunday." Then you get a text Monday. What are you doing? Oh, let's go eat. I love that. I'm rooting for that, Z.
Thank you.
Last one for me. So what's the plan for you tonight? Because it's the night before the fight. I know you're going. You got a lot of things and people to hang out with, the things to see. What does a young man like yourself do hanging out by the pool in Vegas? And what are you doing Friday nights?
Believe it or not, it's not going to be a partying night. It's going to be the power slap. It's going to be the power slap night. Tonight's going to be a big night at the Apex. We got power slap. We got people smacking each other. I'm starting to look at those fights. So many underdogs in power slap. If you win a coin toss, you could turn into a favorite on the live odds like right away just by winning a coin toss. So power slap is something I'm looking at. We're going to bet some dogs for fun in that. And it's going to be really interesting, really fun.
The UFC, for the first time that I can remember, they're doing a mixer tonight, Dave. They're having like a meet and greet type of like everyone in town on the strip, which is very interesting. It shows you how different 300 is because they've got the power slap event and then they've got the post event where everybody who's covering the power slap event and working the event will then go to the strip to then go have drinks all together and hang out to get ready for tomorrow night, which is going to be an absolute massive card on the
and something huge that we haven't talked about. Just wanted to announce too, the change of the gloves. The fight gloves now, they have completely different gloves. It's not like a full brand new transformation, but they designed the gloves and they released it out to the media today. So everybody's looking at them, trying them on, inspecting them. It's
what color?
To look out for.
Yeah, what color are they going to be? Because I saw one that was a weird color. It wasn't black.
I'm not sure. I think they're going with gold, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Somebody told me the canvas might be blue. I don't know how true that was. If that was
Dana
fake
said
or not.
that. Well, Dana, somebody asked Dana that. They said, "What's the canvas color?" He said blue. Everyone was
That's an
like,
interesting choice. It's
like,
kind
what?
of
blue.
I wasn't expecting blue, to be honest with you.
Agreed. Nor the $300,000 bonus, which jacks up the entire thing. The interest level. You get a fight bonus at $300,000. That's
everybody's gunning for the finish. Just unders all day.
It really does set up well for unders, is given any type of banger fight. And that's where I think you're right on the Max Holloway fight about just the likelihood of these things not going the full fight. How long do you think this card's going to go? Because it feels like we're going to be at T-Mobile tomorrow night till like 1 o'clock Pacific in the morning.
Yeah, I could see that one no problem. I mean, everything's going to be a little bit longer than usual. You're going to have walkouts that are a little bit longer than usual. People are going to soak up the times, the interviews. They're probably going to interview almost every single fight. I mean, how could you not interview all these guys on the early prelims? Like if Cody Garbrandt gets a finish, Figueiredo gets a finish, you're going to interview them, So every single fight might have a post-fight interview. It's going to be crazy to see how it is, but it's going to be way longer than usual, I think.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, we have Bobby Green and Jim Miller fighting on this card. I mean, to talk about unders, we haven't talked about that fight, but that's got to be an under fight, no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, for me, almost every single fight on this card sets up for a beautiful under scenario, especially with that bonus. I mean, you look at guys like a Bobby Green who, okay, he's making probably 100K,
Right.
if anything. Like, he's going there to finish the fight. There's no other scenario. Everybody's making it the best fight possible. Fight of the night is a 300K bonus probably as well. So it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, Dave said $1.2 million up for grabs.
Wow.
Coming up in this, which is unheard. Normally it's 150,000, guys. If you're not used to it, normally it's 150,000 for a normal event. Even a pay-per-view, it's 150,000. 1.2 million.
Yeah. Let's just go round robin all the unders on the card.
There you go.
Wow.
So that's another play I'm throwing out. That's what I'll probably end up doing too.
Round robin all the unders. Holy crap. Z, hope to see you tomorrow night, my friend. Thanks for coming in. Good stuff. I'm glad you got out of the hole.
I'll talk to you later.
Guys, take care.
Out of the road. Better backdrop this time, Z. Good job. That's Zayd Hussein covering the UFC for us here on Bostonian versus the book. He got himself in by the pool. That's pretty cool stuff for him on that. How about that little start to the show? We're 45 minutes in. We went to 2 pools in 2 states.
Man.
Banging coast to coast.
Florida, out in Vegas.
This is my favorite time.
Watching the show from all over the country.
I was driving yesterday and I was like, you know what? I was like, the sun, it was 83 degrees yesterday here in Vegas. And I was like, all right, we're back. Like we suffered through a really kind of next week. We've got nothing but upper 70s. Then the week after it's lower 80s. Like the April, May, and October are the 3 best months for weather here in Vegas. April can be a little bit on the up. April can be a bit on the up and up and down, but May is gorgeous. And I love when it's 85 degrees and a slight breeze here. This is as nice as anywhere in the country. Yes. It really is.
Yeah. And at night, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect at night. Like I went outside last night just to see what the neighbors were doing. Just took a little check outside. I thought I heard some noise. I'm like, what is that? And I stood outside and just hung out. It was great. It's that time of year. But the pollen everything's bloom. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
A lot of sneezing.
It's not great, but tomorrow night's going to be, if there's gold gloves, it'll be awesome. If the gloves are gold, it'll be super cool to see it. It'll be really neat. It'll be a different twist. And, Dana White yesterday, I watched the press conference and talked a lot about the fact that this is, every 100, 200, 300, they're always trying to up the bar. And even though the headline fight is not like a stop traffic, oh my gosh, it's a title fight. So it's a big fight, but it's not like, if Conor was back or if we saw John Jones coming back.
Which he's back at 303. Is that what I saw?
Correct. Yes. Yeah. There will be a promo for Conor during this fight. You will see a Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler promo coming up here during the card. I don't always recommend buying pay-per-views. They don't always have the best value, but buckle up, settle up, and let's go. Like it is from fight 1 all the way to the end. And I'm talking about like 3:00 Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, all the way to, I think we could see 2 a.m. Eastern or even beyond that for the main card.
The last fight that I have on the screen, it says 9:00, but it's not going to start at 9:00 Pacific. It's going to start at probably 9:30, 9:45 Pacific, which is 12:45.
Yeah. And if any of these fights go longer, I think Zayd's right. The walkouts, the interviews, you're gonna talk to these fighters just because there's so many big storylines around these fighters. Harrison she's unknown. If she cracks Holly Holm and knocks her out, everyone's going to want to talk to her. Everyone's want to hear about what comes next. If Z's right, they fast track her to the title. She made weight. Let's see what she looks like. If she blows up like a balloon and she rehydrates and she's 165 pounds tomorrow night, that'll be crazy. Like that's 30 pounds. Like I can't wait to see what she looks like.
Possible? Can you gain 30?
Yeah, you can. It just depends upon how you're. 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. TP. I agree that's what we're looking at. It's possible that we're walking out at midnight here. The latest I can remember ever walking out of T-Mobile Arena is 9:30. So that was 12. Maybe it was 10. And
that night. Well, we went to the
press. I'm talking about after the fights are over, not the press conferences. I've walked out of there at 11:00 before after the press conferences. That's typical because Dana tends to hold court. He'll really hold court this week. I'm going to be getting home at I don't know what time tomorrow tomorrow night. Yeah. But it's fun to hear Dana talk, and it's fun to hear just what he says about the entire night. And the storylines are going to be so rich. If I was a writer, my goodness, you have so many things to cover and so many things to talk about. If you aren't a fight fan, this is the card to watch. If you haven't seen the UFC before, this is the card to pay attention to because you're going to get nothing but nonstop action. And I love that everyone made weight. I went through all of it this morning. It's like none of this crap. No fight's been scrapped for injury. No fight's been scrapped for weight issues. All professionals. It's absolutely tremendous how everything is going on and everything is working out. It's very, very cool. So tomorrow night's going to be awesome.
Sound like you're getting jacking up and down.
Pretty much, yes. Right. Absolutely. All right, let's give you a Masters Round 2 update as to where we are right now. Bryson DeChambeau continues to lead this tournament at 7 under par. He is tied with Scotty Scheffler, who is also at 7 under par. Max Homa is at 6 under par. Hogarth's at 4 under. Willett's at 4 under. Fox at 4 under. Cam Davis 3 under. Cantlay 3 under. Cam Young 2 under. And then it gets to be just a litany of golfers at 2, 1, and even. The projected cut line is 4 over par. Everyone's wondering about Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is playing the 17th at 1 over. Tiger's tied for 27th, Dave. He's going to play the weekend.
Yeah. That's good. Good for
That's
business.
Awesome. That's great for business.
Yeah. What would be even more fun if he lights it up a little bit on Saturday.
Right.
Just gets on the first page.
Yep.
He's not going to probably do it because I think these guys are going to go lower. Scheffler's through 4. DeChambeau's through 10.
Course is playing
Homa's -6. He's through 16. So
the course is playing a little bit more difficult today than yesterday. So we'll see. The cut line being 4 over is a little bit higher than I thought it was going to be quite honest. Live numbers have Scotty Scheffler even money, Bryson DeChambeau 5-1, Homa 6.5-1, then big jump to Rory 35-1. Well, actually, it's out of order, I guess. They put why did they do that? Why is that out of order at FanDuel? That's weird. It goes from 6.5-1 to 35-1 to 22-1.
It's because it doesn't change the guys on the left. You have to type that. So they have to hit refresh and then type it and switch it. And so it'll probably change just the numbers, but the players won't. It won't be in order.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So if you like, say, a Danny Willett, 65-1 at the moment, a Cam Smith is 80-1 at the moment. John Rahm's 100-1. John Rahm's 100-1. What's going on with John Rahm? 2 over par on the tournament, 1 over par on the day. Shot a 73 yesterday. Not good. The live guys haven't done great. Wyndham Clark is even par, 1 under yesterday.
What's Sergio
Garcia?
Yeah.
He is 1 over for the tournament, 1 over on the day.
And what is Rahm?
Tied for 27th, and Rahm is 2 over. They both play the weekend.
Yeah, I was. They had a
low Spaniard.
Yeah, there were 3 choices, and Maximus wasn't one of them.
So 2 choices, right?
It was 2 choices. Those 2, Sergio and Rahm, and then Jose Maria Olazabal.
Goodbye.
He was 300-1 to be the best Spaniard.
Yeah, he currently is
7
over par for him.
Yeah, it was a 2-person thing. I was like, all right, that's a market. I think I like Rahm in that. I think he'll.
Yeah, so some of the bigger names who are going to probably miss the cut. Ricky Fowler is 5 over par. He's still on the course. He could make the cut on the line potentially, but he's now currently not making the weekend. Jordan Spieth 9 over. He won't make the weekend. Bubba Watson 10 over. He won't make the weekend. Dustin Johnson 11 over. So those are some long shot players people thought may be around. They will not. Victor Hovland's 5 over par. He may not make the weekend. Keegan Bradley 5 over par. He won't make the weekend as of right now. Once the cut line goes to 5, Keegan Bradley will not make the weekend here. Zach Johnson is 4 over on the cut line. Thagala is 4 over. He's on the cut line. Vijay Singh's on the cut line. Jason Day's at 3 over. John Rahm 2, like I mentioned. Justin Thomas is 1 over. Tony Finau is 1 over. So there's a lot. Like the guys aren't running away and hiding at the moment. That's the one thing. If you're looking for a weekend charge, not bad.
Yeah, door's still open. It's not.
Trent's liking your hat though on Twitter. Trent's liking your hat, Dave.
Yeah, I like it. Thank you, Trent.
That's nice.
Appreciate it. Yeah, this is a raised P. Just picked this one up actually. Jay Dalbets just came in the chat and said Rahm's killing me.
He
Joe
is
the Fat Panda.
killing me
Rom is
too.
currently costing me a very expensive dinner.
Yes.
People are not happy with Joe and Rom right now.
No, it's all the live guys aren't playing well. Brooks is not playing well. Rom's not playing well.
You know the hole in one prop already cashed, right?
Oh, really? Yeah, that was obvious. That was gonna hit. It hits every year.
Like they got one
They'll
yesterday.
probably get two.
I haven't seen one yet today, but that was a good prop. Yeah, I mean that's just you gotta lay that. Akbar, what's up, my guys? Hello, sir.
300 to 1 Tiger right now. Live odds.
I gotta catch up with you, Akbar, when I come back to Jersey again for the kids. Remind me, I gotta reach out.
He's screwing everybody out, right, Andrew? He's
Listen, look.
He's killing everybody.
Put it in the chat right now. If Rom got you, B-Roll will put you up on the screen.
Got me too. Yeah, Rom looks like he has the weight of the world on his shoulders. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, there's some yeah, Bryson's own live guy doing well. That's true. Bryson is doing well, but I still think Bryson has a blow up round in him. I still think he's got a chance to.
You do?
Yeah, he always does. I mean, if the course gets really difficult, that's where it hasn't been difficult for him. It's been difficult. Yesterday, the course was really easy for him. He played at the best time in the morning. He ripped it apart because the rain had come down and he just ripped it apart. It was an easy course. Now the course is playing more difficult, and look where he is. He's not moving. Still 7 under. He's sitting right there. Yeah, great point, Jim. Bryson's gonna Bryson. At some point, DeChambeau is gonna do something, and I'll be very curious. He's got a 4 or 5 over round in the bag. Just a matter if he gets it or not, and he'll tank and blow up. So we'll watch that for you guys as we roll here, because there's a lot of really cool things happening at Augusta, and namely Tiger. Would be awesome to see him play the weekend and be competitive on the weekend. And him playing 23 holes today kind of shuts up everybody. I mean, that was the talk all night, that 23 holes, Tiger's not going to be able to do it. He's going to struggle tremendously, and thus don't bet him to make the weekend. He's not going to make the weekend. Well, he's going to make the weekend.
Right.
So now tomorrow he may be sore as hell. There's a video that I posted of him like literally bathing in Bengay with the same back patches that I was wearing when I threw my back out, and just like having all, he's 48 years old. Body doesn't work the same way.
I love that icy hot stuff.
It can work.
I used to
wonders.
bathe in it when I pitched.
It
I
works.
used to put it on, helped clear my head. My arm felt like it was on fire.
Get real careful where the hand
shoulder.
goes afterwards, though. You can't be doing any that. Yeah. You
No
go south.
jacking up and down.
You go south with that stuff. Oh boy, you know it quick.
You ever have anybody put that?
Thank God that jock itch that never got me. Thank goodness that was never. I watched it happen to a kid, and he was in the shower crying because the water makes it worse. And he ran straight into the water. He ran straight into the showers trying to get it off, and the shower made it worse. The poor kid was in serious pain. Serious pain.
Serious pain.
And it won't stop. It's like when you eat a super, super hot wing, like a nuclear hot wing, and you can't get the burning to stop.
No.
No matter what you put on, what you drink, milk, anything, milkshake, doesn't matter.
You literally draw tears out of your eyes, and that pain won't stop. Did that once, never did it again. Watch people do it. You get what? You get free wings? Thanks. I'll pay for the wings. I'm not doing that anymore. No, that's just stupid. Don't do it.
It's rough. A couple good things.
The deuce on the way out. Oh, man.
No, thank you. No, that's even worse.
Stand up.
Yeah.
You got to stand up on your feet.
That's even worse. That's true. Sterling versus Cater. I have 4 fights I want to highlight here really quickly. We talked about a lot about with Z, but this is wild because Cater's a Boston guy. He's from Methuen. I was born in Methuen. He's from Methuen, Mass. I cannot wait to watch this fight in person because it's a complete contrast in styles. And you've got one guy who wants to grapple and wrestle, and you got one guy who wants to stand and punch. And normally in mixed martial arts, that's a recipe for Sterling to win this fight, unless he gets clipped on the way in. And if he gets clipped on the
that could be one of the worst ones Mikey Awesome is going to clip. You're cross-eyed, your lips are turned, you got one finger up. What's up, brother?
Hi,
what's up, brother?
So
that was for Kendall. She challenged me. She said, "You got to say, what's up, brother?" 5 times during the show. I just said
5 times.
5 times.
Wait a minute. It's 170, 180 now?
Hello.
Wow. How about that, Steam? I don't know if I agree with that. Huh. I'm not sure I agree with that line move. That's true.
No?
I don't know if I agree with that. That's
Hold on. Sterling. That's standard. That's standard.
170.
-170.
That jumped 40 cents in 2 hours.
Something at the weigh-in?
He made weight. That's what that is. They made weight. It was questionable about making weight. So they made weight. And then there you go. Huh. Okay. Sterling big time. Interesting. What's the line on Sarukian or Oliveira? This line I thought would move way up.
Sarukian is -220.
All right, a little bit moved up a little bit. I don't see many people betting on Oliveira. I'll be surprised how much action. Sarukian is just. There's a couple of fighters on this card, Harrison being one, Nickel being the other, and Sarukian being the third, where these are the next round of superstars in the UFC. They're all on this card. They all have winnable fights, and they all have fights in front of them that they can put up big, big performances. Nickel's going to run through the kid, although the number's down to 16-1, I heard, or sorry, -1600 for Bo Nickel.
Fresh. Yeah, Superbook has him at -2000, and everyone else has 1600.
So, wow, why
So
did they move?
Like they did last time when he was here.
Correct.
Remember that line?
Yep, absolutely.
And remember what happened?
Yep.
It was quick, fast. Unlike my title shots. We go to distance.
Jesus. So, this is the prevailing opinion. Oliveira can win. Won't bet it. I don't think you can bet it. I really don't think you can bet against Sarukian, given this is a fight that the UFC wants him to win. I'm not saying it's set up, but Sarukian he's much thicker. I mean, when they faced off yesterday, he's about 2 inches shorter, but he's just way stronger than Oliveira. And I don't think Charles is going to have he's an unbelievable grappler. Like, the guy is Gumby. It's incredible how easy he can get you down and submit you. But Sarukian is so freaking strong that I'm not sure Oliveira can get to him before he gets clipped. So I cannot wait to watch that fight. That fight's going to be just bonkers. And then this is the fight that, like, if you're an OG, like, you've wanted Holloway Gaethje forever. And now you get Holloway Gaethje. And Gaethje's favored. And everyone's betting Holloway. Everyone. I don't really agree with it. I mean, it's Justin Gaethje. Like, it's Gaethje.
Sir Z. He said the same thing.
Like, it's Justin Gaethje. Like, are we forgetting who he's fighting? Like, I know Max Holloway's a fan favorite. I know he's awesome. I know he's never been finished. I get all that.
How does it play out? Talk it through. So
they're not going on the ground. They're going to stand and bang.
Stand and just hit
each
other. Okay,
this is a boxing fight.
Okay, so who has more knockout power?
Gaethje, but Max is a better boxer.
Better defense?
Everything. Max could go box. Max has head movement. Max has a jab. Max has incredible range. He can. In the last fight that he was fighting, like, he was literally talking to John Anik during the fight. He was bobbing and weaving, telling Anik, "I'm the best boxer in the UFC." Like, he was literally talking to him. He was punching. He was doing no-look punches in his last fight, talking to Anik about, "I'm the best boxer. Tell the world I'm the best boxer in the UFC." That's what set this up, because Gaethje's power is stupid. So you've got a guy who, when he's fighting really, really, really good grapplers like Khabib, okay, it's really hard to beat guys like that. But when you're fighting another guy who wants to stand in front of you and wants to throw with you, but Max has never been finished. He's never been finished. The guy he has a head made of granite. Like, you can hit him with anything and he just eats it. He's like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, he did. 100%. It's like, I'm good. Let's go. What's next? Like, hit me again. Okay, let's go. What's next? Like, that's a head. Every single one of these fights. And then the main, like we talked about, my God, everyone likes Hill. Everyone likes Hill. And I thought Z made the great point about 9 months after a major injury and you're coming back against a guy who's a kickboxer.
Yeah, I hate that.
He's a kickboxer. Like,
oh yeah,
you know what you do. You just target, the injury. Kick the ankle as hard as you can.
Sweep the leg. Everybody looked at him.
Yeah.
Sweep the leg.
I just hope it's not one of those fights in the first round where he kicks the leg, the leg snaps and that's it.
Oh,
the fight's over.
Say it.
Well, I've been there. Unfortunately, I've been involved in fights. I've been involved in cards. I honestly don't. This is God's honest truth. I don't know how many bets I'm making tomorrow on this card. I think I might just want to go watch.
That's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not sure I want to bet anything. I'm not sure that anything screams fire. Like bet on this. Like I think every
funny.
bet you make.
I'm funny because I hear you say something and you go, I just want to go watch. And I immediately thought of something and I was like, zip it, Dave.
The green door is set up for that. If you want to go do that, we have the green door post fight.
Anybody in town going?
I guarantee you there's a bunch of people in town going. I 100% agree that there's going to be people at the green door tonight.
The buzz is real. Like the buzz for this thing
for 300. Did you see the crowd yesterday?
Yes.
It was enormous for the press conference.
So when this happens, like, and again, we've had a crazy week. We're recovering from the travel and everything else. But when my kids come home and then Jess says to me, do you have to pay to go to the press conferences or the weigh-ins? Can you just go? And I'm like, you guys, UFC? Really? And I get I was just curious. I'm like, oh, how come? Well, I was down, Kelsey was down at UNLV.
Right.
Everybody down there was talking about it.
Yeah.
She came home and her and Kendall were talking about it. And they were like, Daddy, what time does that start tomorrow or Saturday? Right. And I was like, oh, okay. And then the clincher is when Jess asks, she's like, what time is all that on Saturday? And I said, relax. I don't think I'm going to go. Matt's going. I think I'll stay home. We'll hang out. Got a big weekend. But she's like, it's a big card, huh? I'm like, yeah, it's a big card. But that doesn't always translate into betting opportunities.
Right. Yeah, maybe live betting opportunities, but there's a lot of parlay opportunities. Like you could take Harrison, Bo Nickel, and then take your favorite NBA play. Just money line, and then somebody else.
Throw out the two biggest lines. All right, we got 130, 160, 220, 110, 170. There's the other 480, 145, 235, 140, 180, and 305. There's a lot of ones. It's always about the twos.
Right.
When you do the UFC. The favorites are usually in the twos or the threes or the fours. It don't take much for me to go, man, I wish I was booking this one.
Right.
This one's going to have a lot of action both ways.
A lot of blood being spilled by the gamblers.
Yeah,
this is going to be painful.
Yeah. Like I'll be talking to the boys in the rooms tomorrow night late going, how
interesting.
To go.
Why not? Punch drunk.
Don't bet on Bo Nickel.
This is interesting to me that everybody, because just like last time, just like the fight we saw him fight last time when you and I went, there's a lot of people who are saying Bo Nickel's a fraud. This is really funny. This is really interesting.
Nate S. just came in the chat and said there's a lot of opportunities, but they're in the secondary markets. Look at method of result and method round.
Yes, that's we talked to Z about that before. Don't bet the fight how they win. Don't bet it like to win. Bet how they're going to win. Round robin, all the fights to not go the distance. So that would be 13 fights. How much would that ticket cost?
Oh, by what
denomination? Right.
You can't do twos, threes, fours. You can't do every combination. You'll go broke. You need $1 million. So 13. I mean, you could do by 10 team parlay, 11s and 12s, and it would still be very expensive.
I was gonna say, isn't that like I get to the math.
Yeah, multiple combinations. Yeah.
So how would you do that and not have to spend $2,000?
I don't know. You could do them for $1 a piece, but you still have to spend $2,000. You hit them all, it'd be great. But I don't know. How many fights? So there's 13 fights. How many don't go to distance? 4? 5?
Well, the UFC hopes that every single one of them is a finish. I mean, I think what Z's saying is
how many
accurate.
go the distance is what it is.
2?
What my question was. That's it? I'll go over 2.
$300,000 is on the line. Okay. So for a lot of these fighters, that's life-changing. That sets them up. Like they're making $50,000 to $75,000.
So they're taking more risks?
100%. They're going to go after it more often. They're going to charge after it. That's why Dana put that up there. $1.2 million. 4 bonuses of $300,000 is on the line. Fight of the night, performance of the night. Either side. 300,000, 300,000, 300,000, 300,000. Look out. Look out. They're going to go after. They want to be, you're not getting it unless you need a first round finish or a spectacular knockout, flying knee, flying
so the
elbow.
Guy that gets knocked out gets it?
Yeah. Because it's performance of the night. So it depends on if it's fight of the night or performance of the night. You can have 2 performances of the night and in the fight with fight of the night, get both sides. So it depends.
Okay.
It's how Dana does it, but most often it's two fights, male, female, oftentimes with performance of the night. And then you have a fight of the night where both fighters get it. So like Jim Miller and Bobby Green literally said it. He goes, this fight's going to be the fight of the night. It's the second fight of the whole entire card. He's like, we're going after. He goes, $300,000. He goes, do you guys know how much money that is for me? I'm going after that full bore. We're going after it. I mean, yeah, and I agree with you. The Garbrandt Fig fight is stupid to start the whole card. That thing
is
is
-300.
Yep. It is a stand.
So
and
dogs live?
I just think it's going to be a war. I think both guys leave the octagon bloody as hell. I mean, Figueiredo should win the fight. I mean, Garbrandt's been suspect. He's been, his chin has been somewhat suspect late. So I would say Fig by knockout, it's really possible. It's really possible. His chin has been very suspect of late. Yeah, Corey, you're right. His chin's been suspect.
You UFC guys, put it in the chat which fight you're most looking forward to.
Whew.
We got a lot of UFC guys that really live
what
it. What
fight am I looking forward to the most?
Which one, if you had to pick one, when you scan the card, is the one that you can't miss tomorrow?
Gaethje Holloway. I mean, that's just legend. That's just legend on legend. It's just everyone's wanted it for so long. So that's the card.
This is the first time they're meeting.
Yeah, this is why they're fighting for the BMF belt, because this is history. These guys have been on a career
bad mofo.
Bad
BMF?
mother, yes. BMF.
Okay.
BMF. Yeah,
I like that.
Holloway, Gaethje for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think it's. I agree. I mean, the Oliveira fight's interesting. I agree. I mean, I want to see Zarukian run through him because no one's run through Charles. I mean, Dubronk's his former champion. Like that's the crazy thing about it, is that the number of former champions and champions that are on this card is just outrageous. Like there are so many champions.
It's just bizarre that no one is saying the main event.
No one is. No, because it was supposed to have been Conor or John Jones. It was supposed to have been John Jones fighting against hold on, sorry, Cleveland guy. Why am I forgetting? Sorry, my brain's not working at the moment.
Big guy.
Yeah, former champion.
Miocic or
Miocic, yes, Stipe.
Miocic.
So it's supposed to be against Stipe. So that was what it was supposed to have been, but then John hurt his shoulder. So then he said, I can't fight. And then there was some thought that it might be him. It might be Jones versus someone else. That fell through. Jones says, I'm not fighting. Then it was, okay, can Conor be ready to fight at the main event? Nope. Conor can't be ready till International Fight Week in July. So that's when Conor will fight coming up for that. So there's that. And UFC 303, like you mentioned, that's International Fight Week. Conor will headline that fight, which is a monster deal. But yeah, the Jones-Aspinall fight, that's true, Punch Drunk. The Jones-Aspinall fight's on a track as well, because Stipe may not get that fight. There's some thought that it may be actually Jones against Aspinall for the belt, which could be bad news for John Jones. But I can't. The UFC has really put itself in a good spot, but it has to start to develop that B-level superstar. They have a bunch of A's still, but they need the B. And this card could really help make the B. Like Sarukian could be that type of guy. he could be the B-level superstar. Bo Nickel could be a B-level superstar.
Where have they announced where this Conor fight's going to take place?
Here.
Vegas?
International Fight Week. Oh, yeah, it's here. UFC 303. Yeah. So that would be, I mean, they leave the country, that they go out of the country for the next 2, I believe. And then they come back.
What month is that?
It's end of June, early July, I think, for 303. Let me see.
Or the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, it always is. Let's see, upcoming for UFC 303 will be June 29th.
Oh, okay.
Here in Vegas.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so they go
and then is there another one shortly thereafter that in Vegas, or that's the summer one in Vegas?
That's the summer one in Vegas, because they're going to Rio next, then they come to Newark, and then they come back to Vegas. Those are the next 3. Those are the next 3 fight nights.
Okay.
Or sorry, pay-per-views rather. The fight night cards are here a lot. There's one in St. Louis. There's one in Newark. There's one in Saudi Arabia. They're going over there on June 22nd. They're going to Saudi Arabia, and then they're going back to Dubai in August.
Oh my.
So yeah, it's a global company for sure, but
love it. 303
is going to be just absolutely crazy. All right, before we do Roll Call Friday, coming up here in about 5 minutes for that. This is a story we didn't get to yesterday.
Yep.
A lifetime ban may be coming for Jontay Porter for being involved in whatever scandal he is being accused of being involved in when it comes to his player props. Adam Silver says that there's a potential that if they uncover that he was involved in the scam, that he will be banned for life. He will be the Pete Rose of the NBA.
Right.
Lifetime ban coming.
Right.
If he's involved.
Somebody's got to be made an example of.
But doesn't he go to prison?
I don't know. You ask me these questions like I'm a lawyer. I don't think so.
Does he? But if you're the league, can you ban? I mean, I guess you can ban anybody for anything. But like, I feel like if you're going to have the first ever lifetime ban for the NBA for a gambling scandal, I need more than innuendo. Like, I need more than like beyond was more than likely to have done it. I need to know he did it. It's their league. They can do what they want, but I would sue the holy hell out of the NBA and say, prove that I did it. Like, prove it. Because I'm telling you I didn't do it.
They might say, take what you get and go, because we just saw last night the release of the affidavit with Ipe, Otani's translator. The numbers weren't even close to what you and I talked about on our show yesterday.
$40 million.
Stuck. He bet $180 something million. He won 140, so the math was 41.
So explain this to me like I'm a toddler.
Uh-huh.
He makes $85K a year as a translator. What bookie let him run that up? What bookie let him say, I'm good for it? I'm good for it. How? I'm good for it.
Did you read the text messages?
Yep.
I read that entire affidavit twice.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, wow, this is like, we haven't really discussed the Iowa story with the Geo comply, but they get everything. They get everything. They better get everything if they come at Jontay Porter. They better have everything. But if they have everything, not playing basketball will be the least of your worries.
Right. That's what to me, that's if you're in on it, you've broken the law. Like you should be arrested. Like Ipe is going to file. He's going to plead guilty. He's in negotiations with the feds for a sentence. Like he's trying to plead out.
Yeah,
he's going to flip.
Not for the betting, for the stealing of the money.
Right. But then going and giving the money, because that's how they found out through him, was from the investigation into the gambling ring.
Yeah, well, the money. He stole the money.
It's 30 years he's facing. 30 years.
Oh, man.
It's a $1 million fine and 30 years in jail. He's trying to keep himself out of prison, or at least limit to a 4 or 5 year, sentence here.
Right.
He's a relatively young guy. Doesn't want to spend the next 30 years of his life behind bars.
No. No, not at all.
But
I don't
again,
know.
the numbers seem to be such like monopoly money that we're talking about. Like he stuck $40 million.
He bet more than every state except like 4 over that time period. It was insane.
But it was fake money, though. It wasn't real money. Like, how many times did the money transfer? I want to know, how many times did the money get delivered to the bookie? It's on paper as being a stupid number. I get that. Overall volume. I get that. We always talk about that, about the volume number. But like,
yeah,
you're betting, winning, betting, winning, betting, winning. It's going back and forth, right? You're losing, winning. It's a roller coaster. He's not losing every day. It's not winning every day. But over the course of it, the juice gets him, and he basically just goes on a bad losing streak, has a bad month, and all of a sudden he's down $10 million.
Right.
And the bookie's like, you got to pay me. He's like, wait, up my limit to 10 million. He kept on asking for limits to be raised. Like, kept on asking, give me a higher limit. It's my last time asking. Give me a higher limit. It's my last time asking. Like, he kept on pushing the envelope. And the bookie kept on like, okay. And his answer was, I'm good for it.
Yep.
How would the bookie have known he was good for it? Unless he knew who was involved.
Maybe. I mean, the story could have told him. I don't know if we'll ever find out. Okay. But you see the stories in the text threads. And I went, oh, this is bad. Again, I don't know. Don't claim to know. But if they got text messages with Jonte Porter, with anybody,
right?
He was supposed to play. He didn't play. He went in
and ran out.
and ran out.
So, I mean, look, Richard Schutz, a guy that we love, been on the show multiple times.
Yep.
I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. So the story is that Ohtani had $4.5 million taken out of his bank account, and he did not know. This is better than Alice in Wonderland. Now it's $40 million. And he didn't know?
Hard to believe. Whole thing is hard to believe. The whole thing. I felt like I was reading a movie script.
Right.
A gambling movie script. I'm like, because the ineptitude of, oh, well, I can't send the money. I tried. I can't send the money. I tried. We got to ask the guy for the money then. Like, oh, I'll take care of it. I'll change all the passwords. I'll do this. Don't worry about it. I'll get you the money. Up my limit. I'm going to try to get it back. I'm really bad at this gambling thing.
That was saddest. That was the saddest one, when he was like trying to make light of it. He was teasing himself, going like, I'm really bad at this gambling thing, huh? Like, dude, you're in the whole millions of dollars.
The problem is that I'll never forget the first time I heard this. I was in my teens.
Right.
Because I knew a guy who was playing way too much. And I remember saying to another guy who knew him too, but wasn't booking him, like, why does the book just tell him to stop?
Okay.
Like, he goes, if he don't do it, someone else will. He's providing a service. So if he says, I'm cutting you off, one, you're getting stiffed. So does the book. He's, got a big figure, red figure. You got to let the guy keep playing.
Right. Yep.
If you cut him off and say, man, listen, you got to take a break, he's going to keep betting somewhere else. Someone is going to take his bets, in which case you're going to get stiffed. So it's a tough situation. You want the guy to win at that point. You want him to get some back.
Right.
So then maybe you get paid. But the whole thing, I read it and I read it again the second time, with an eye, what to look for. And I was just like, man, we're never going to hear the truth. That's what we're going to hear is that story.
Well, that's,
and why don't whether that's the 100% the truth or not, I don't know.
Let's finish up the story, but let's get everyone rolling here for Roll Call Friday so we can.
Oh, is it time?
It's time. But I just want, while you get them all in, then I got a couple things I want to say while they're posting their stuff for us to get to it.
Okay. So Jimmy Jack said I'm bad at pool. I stopped playing pool. Good point, Jimmy Jack. There's Jimmy Jack. I need the 3-digit area code for all of you, wherever you're at watching the show. I know we'll start with Raymaker Lou, who's usually in the 412. He's in Maryland today.
He is.
He's in the 240, I think it is.
Yes.
So wherever you're at right now, 3 digits. We got a lot of people watching the show.
We do.
Both on the X, the Twitter.
Firing right now. Wow.
X. YouTube. People will listen to it later. Apparently, we have numbers. Nobody believes our numbers either, except us. That's all. I'm going to leave it at that.
So while everyone does that, I just want to say one more quick thing about this showy thing, because I think it's really interesting about us not finding out the truth. One thing that I keep coming back to is it feels like everyone who is going to benefit from Ohtani being in the clear is really fast to say Ohtani is in the clear. And when I see that, I just go, you're trying to make us not ask the question, huh? Like you just want it to go away.
Oh, everybody wants this to go away, people. Everybody.
Does the government want it to go away? Because that's what matters. If the federal government decides they have taken down a gambling ring and they're not interested in going after Ohtani, because in the affidavit, it clearly states that Shohei Ohtani is a victim in this situation. And I went, why did they write that? I found that to be very interesting that they wrote publicly in an affidavit that Shohei's the victim of this. He's not involved. And I was like, was that done because if they find out that he wasn't a victim, that they can go back and say, we've uncovered information that now says he was, involved? Or is it because they want to make it, or somebody at Major League Baseball has a friend at the DOJ and they want it to be going away as fast as possible and they need the DOJ to clear him and say he did nothing wrong?
Can't answer that.
So
I don't know.
Give me the truth, please. Somebody.
It's all I want every day.
Roll call
Sometimes
Friday, boys and girls. If you're new to the program, this is what we do. We go and identify you guys in the brigade, give you guys a chance to hear and see your names being called out on screen on the show. Where are we starting?
On the show.
Football Guy 97.
I think I got Football Guy 97 as the first one, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's do this quick. Mikey, awesome. You can take it down low real fast. Yeah. Walked in this place, surprised to see a big girl getting busy. Just rocking to the go-go beat. The way she shook her booty sure looked good to me. I said, come here, big girl. Won't you rock my world? Show that dance to me. She was doing the butt. That's all. Little butt. Doing the butt. Listen, you can go jacking up and down. I thought of the butt. That's all I thought of today. The song, The Butt, 1988. Rocking it at my senior prom. Whoa, that song was tremendous. What are you doing? You want to talk about jacking up and down?
I'm done.
You're done. I'm done. Dab the map. That's all you got to do on Roll Call Friday. I'm all hot
you just
now.
scream doing
Look
the
at
butt
this.
on national TV. You just scream doing the butt.
Doing the butt. EU. That was the song. Pay attention. What did you were out skipping school and
I know that song, of course. I never rapped it or know the lyrics to that song. I knew the.
Pay attention. Pay attention. That's it.
What? The butt?
The butt. Dab the map. Let's go. We need 38 and a half is the number today.
Oh, my
38 and a half states on a Roll Call Friday. 717 Lancaster, PA. Football Guy 97. Sonic the Wrench. Great job with that graphic today.
Yeah, thank you, man. Good.
602 Phoenix, Arizona. You did not miss Roll Call One Snap Bonvie up in Canada. CBW 315 Oswego, New York, 55 wet degrees. Don't say it. Look at B-roll. He thought wet. He thought something else. Put the umbrella hat on. All right. JPC to 4. 313 Detroit. One snap. There he is. 519 Windsor, Ontario. Jordan 1 Star Goro. 702 Las Vegas. Nevada, jacking up and down for USC 38. You're damn right. Boys, I need
Let's
you
go.
right now. If you're
Let's go.
jacking up and down, I want to see it in
No,
the
we
chat.
don't.
Oh, yeah. No, just say it. I don't need to see no physical activity. I'm just saying, say it in the thing. There's Vinko. Do you think Vinko knows what jacking up and down is in Croatia?
Doubtful.
Probably not. 385. Addison and Wrench, 973, Dayton, Ohio. Birthplace of Johnny Parlay. You get the show. The Wrench gets the show. There's Boss 429. 216. Cleveland, Ohio, 48 and rainy. J. Dow Betts, 410. St. Michael's, Maryland. One more sleep. Damn right. It's going to be a good day. Thank you, John Anik, for that hat. Turns heads every time I wear it. You look good in it, P-Rod. I like it. LL 480, Chandler, Arizona. TP, are you with me? Question mark. 206, Seattle. PB.
What's up?
Probably sitting with Mrs. PB.
Tiki
Somewhere
bar.
having lunch. 941, Venice, Florida. 77 degrees, bright and sunny. At a tiki bar on Sarasota Bay. Can't wait to come down and see this guy. I can't wait. He's always hanging out at bars, drinking, hanging out, living the life. George Mason, 902, Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, Canada.
Stop.
Tommy Lorenzo, Paul Horning, Alex Karras, even the old school guys gambled on their sport. They did. They couldn't play no more. They were made examples of, T-Lo.
Yes, they were.
Chris Riviera, 717, Lancaster, PA, another PA guy. There's George Pavlik. Look at that. New Jersey Brigade representing. Look at that graphic. Self-made, 973 Hillside, New Jersey. The rain finally stopped. I'm going out to play 9 after Roll Call Friday. Let's get the Brigade golf outing planned. Damn right. I like the way you think, George. We're going to do that. Thank you, sir. Hit it straight. Scott Bartholomew, representing Ketchikan, Alaska.
Hell yeah,
up at the
boy.
907.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, sir. Always here, always on time. It's another song. Deuce Daly, 978, Lowell, Massachusetts.
Look at the dog with the hat. I love it. That's
Look
great.
at that.
That's good.
We got dog hats now?
That's great.
We got dog hats. That looks great.
It does.
Oh, my goodness. Akbar. Akbar Saloev. There it is. 703, Stephanieville, Nova. My guys. Yep. Spoke to Steph, reached out.
If you know, you know.
Joining the show. Maybe joining the show. We're going to let you know. Akbar, you have a direct line when she shows up.
Oh, wow.
Yep. There's Chef Benny, 401, Rhode Island, president accounted for. Don't be a bum, hit the thumb. Damn right. We're talking about next week. Chef Benny's busy next week, but the Red Sox play in Pittsburgh on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's maybe a possible meetup of Brigade people. We'll let you know.
I like it. Nice.
Kevin Whitrock, 319, Iowa City, Iowa 62, sunny and windy.
It's Iowa.
Nathan Phillips, 614, beautiful C Bus, Columbus, Ohio. Roger Long, hello, sir. Senior member of the Brigade. Looking good, feeling good. He's in 765, Clinton, Indiana. Chevy P, 613, Ottawa. Another Canadian. Welcome,
Oh,
sir.
yeah. That's Ottawa. I think that's the first time we've seen that. That's cool.
I've never seen Chevy P before, but thank you and welcome to the show.
Or
We
Ottawa.
appreciate the hell out of you
Ottawa,
being
too.
here.
Yeah.
Tell someone, come join us. We love it. Andy Caston, 702, Las Vegas.
What's up?
Hello, Andy. Hope
Gorgeous
you and Ash
day.
are good. Haven't seen you for a little while. Joseph Mogan, Nashville, Tennessee, 615. Dab that on the map. That's our first Tennessee today.
Mm-hmm.
Vinny Konowinski, 260, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Jordan Brown, 785, Lawrence, Kansas. Hello, Kansas. I like that. Nate S., 815, Rock Falls, Illinois. There's Francisco Ochoa, Escondido, California, 760. SoCal DJ, 951, Riverside, California. Corey Macbeth, 402, Omaha, Nebraska. Dab, Nebraska on the map. Needed that. Joe the Fat Panda, represent, brother.
Happy birthday, little panda.
Denver, Colorado. Happy birthday, little panda. What number? I believe it's like 8 or 9, if my memory recalls. I can't remember all of them.
Very cool.
They're all up there somewhere. But that's congratulations. Happy birthday. Have a great weekend. Mikey Awesome, the Wrench, 757, ODU, Brigadeville. Week 1 of the new job almost in the books. Salute, sir. Excellent. That's good news. Can't wait to hear how it went. We'll be talking. Ryan Andrew Fletcher, 703, Springfield, Virginia. Put that one on the map. 65-ish and windy on a hike around my childhood spot, Lake Accotink.
Wow.
I hope I said that right. But thank you, Ryan Andrew Fletcher. We needed Virginia. There's future producer Nikki Caramello, 520, Tucson, Arizona. John, 724, Greensburg, PA. WV Punch Drunk won back in the 304 in the Little Berg, West Virginia, sunburned and sore. It's a lot of walking down there. WV Punch Drunk. That's good to hear you're back. AOWN 319, Independence, Iowa. How about Southern Star 71, 606, Nancy, Kentucky? I like that. Talk about the new basketball coach of Kentucky here in a second. Chris Covey, 843, Charleston, South Carolina, just got back from 754, Broward County. We can count that as 2. I like that. Steve Gramke, 513, Cincinnati, Ohio. John Serrett, 304, Oak Hill, West Virginia, 44 degrees in Oak Hill, West Virginia. There's Gio DeWap, 949, Seal Beach, watching live from the Disneyland Hotel with cocktail in hand.
Happy Friday.
Signed up, Mom, as a senior member.
What's up, Mom?
Brigade as well. Hello, Mrs. Mama Gio. I love to hear that. That's great to have you. We'll shout you out every week. If you show up, just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That's all you got to do. Really appreciate you being here. That's great. Let's see. E. Ron Sean, 703, Centerville, Virginia. There's Ross Randall, 978, Amesbury, Massachusetts, 52 and raining for the 3rd straight day. P-Roll, you miss that?
Absolutely not.
You go
not
outside
even,
today and you're like, just keep me here, please.
It's just not even a little. I mean, it's unbelievable. The weather. We have 320 days of sun a year.
Yeah.
We don't know what clouds really are.
Yeah. Once or twice a month. That's about it. Right. Yeah. That's it. Blue Spader, 702, North Las Vegas. Good to see you, sir. We still got to have that lunch soon. Eric Conrad, 270, Western Kentucky. How about that? Santana, 928, Yuma, Arizona. James Berger, 563, Davenport, Iowa. Let's see.
Sweet Lou's there in the 240. What's up in the hot tub pool? What's up, guys? Thank you for watching. Appreciate that.
Yeah, we haven't been in. Have we been in hot tubs before? I don't know.
I don't think so. It might be a first. That's good.
There's the underscore the Adam, 406, Bozeman, Montana.
Good.
Let's see. Chef Benny doing the butt. Title of Dave's. Oh, hey, ho, hey, ho. What are you talking about?
I like my women. I like my music heavy.
There's Jim Montgomery. Hi, Monty. 215 Philly Burbs. Let's go Sixers.
Little Buffalo.
There. Hey, that's Larry. That's G Berg. 716.
What's going on? Hey, what's going on?
That's right. For the Scores book recommendation. That's
nice.
Excellent. Good to see you, Larry.
Glad you like it. Central Nebraska. Look at that. All right.
What's going on here? How about that?
Aaron
Sand
V.
Farmer, 541, East Oregon.
Whoa.
Mello said he's so jacked up. You're damn right. Jacked up.
Long Island. Prozano.
Prozano's back. Hello, Prozano. I didn't realize he's a Long Island, New York guy. He was down in Philly.
Yeah.
Think about the randomness of that meeting.
It's crazy.
He happened to be in Philly for that. I thought he was a Philly guy. Prozano is a 516 Long Island, New York guy. That's great.
Our guy Gary's back in Ohio.
Gary Flights sets 419 Toledo, Ohio.
Let's go there. Sydney, Australia.
Oh, Cooley Ross. Cooley Ross got to show us around. Dubsy won't answer the call. It's Masters week, and Dubsy's ducking me. That's some BS. One of your Australian brethren.
Yeah.
I'll get Dubsy. I'm going to find him. I'm going to go find him in California.
One more here before we get rid of our friends on Sports Grid and Sirius XM Denver.
Well, we got to tell our live audience that we're back, baby. They can't keep us down. They can't keep us apart.
Maybe Friday tonight.
We'll be tonight on the Sports Grid, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. So if you're watching this on the replay, I apologize because you've already seen us, because this show will be shown after we do it live again. So I get to talk to P. Rolt for another 2 hours later today with a couple commercial breaks in between.
Look at you. Yeah, so if you guys are live on YouTube or live on Twitter, please do not go anywhere. We get a lot of stuff coming up here in bonus time. But if you are with us on SiriusXM or on Sports Grid, thank you for being here. We'll be back coming up on Monday. Same place, same time. Sports Grid at SiriusXM. Bonus time starts right now. Okay.
Everybody in the chat, give little Joe the Fat Panda,
Happy
Joe
birthday.
the Fat Panda, a happy birthday.
Hell
wish in
yeah.
the chat, because part
Fellow
of the fun
Aries.
of watching the show, would you agree, is watching the show with the chat on the replay?
Oh, I would entirely agree. Yeah. I mean, it gives you such a different feel when you're watching the show with the chat, because you really feel like, you know, that's what Amanda said when she came in. She was petrified to write in there, because it's like you're joining this group of people that, like, you don't know how it's going to react. So you have to, like, tiptoe your way in.
Right.
And then when you get in, it just starts to flow. And it's like, you just become like, it's kind of like, I compared to like merging onto a highway. It's like you're coming on, and then you gotta be a little scared. Everyone's go up to speed. It takes you a second to get up to speed. And then when you're up to speed, you're traveling and you're all going on, and it's good to go.
Right.
So on that, Scotty now 3 back. Scheffler scuffling a bit.
Oh, hitting.
Okay.
What happened? He's so I got, let's see, DeChambeau 7, Homa 6, Scheffler 5.
So 2 back. Or did he just bogey to go 4 back?
Schauffele +1.
Oh, bummer. That's who Rithmm liked last night. They like Schauffele.
They always like Schauffele. It was on with Brady Cannon again yesterday on the grid.
Yeah.
We'll have the Kaufman on, tonight. We'll ask him. But like,
do you and Jess ever get competitive on things? Do you guys ever make bets on events? Do you?
We almost got divorced over miniature golf.
No, I mean no, I don't mean like playing against each other. I mean like professional sporting events, like the Masters, NBA Finals, World Series.
She's understood that she asks if there's anything involved before she starts rooting. Because when we first started dating, there was times where, she'd be innocently watching a game, rooting for the complete opposite.
Because Amanda is a former junior Olympian for golf. So she's probably, I haven't golfed with her yet, but she's probably a better golfer than I am. So the Masters, like, this is the first time actually having like a Masters conversation, and she knew exactly where to go, what she was talking about. Like it was kind of like blew my hair back. It was like, so I picked 3 golfers, she picked 3 golfers to see who, and we're aggregate score up against each other.
Okay. All right.
And
that's
she has
good. I can't wait to
Xander.
score that for us. We get that on Thursday, me and you.
So she has Xander, she has Brooks, and she has Scheffler.
Pre-kids, Jess was learning how to golf here in Vegas when I was living in Phoenix. And I had worked at the golf course. I was a director of sales and marketing at a golf course in between moving here and doing the other stuff. So I had a golf sales rep send her a brand new set of Tommy Armours.
Ooh.
Unannounced.
Wow.
Showed up at her door. Bag. I said, I can't wait to play golf. You know what happened?
Kids.
Huh.
Whoops.
The clubs worked. So did I. Before you knew it, we were engaged. We had 1. We were married. And we had 2. Golf game stopped.
That will not happen, thankfully for me. But yes.
Unexpected surprise.
If that happens for me, I'm gonna be, fetal position somewhere crying.
Huh. Crying. Listen, I don't know if we got it in us. Listen,
I don't have the time.
Through the hard part, P-Roll.
I'm done. No more baby. I'm 47. I'm done.
Please.
I'm done. I'm done.
I don't think so.
I got a lot of things I want to do in my life, and
don't maybe start singing again.
Yeah, no, thank you. I don't want any more. No, I'm done on that part of my life. But
you get the notion.
Yeah, no, thank you. I've experienced it, right? We've done it. Been there, done that. We're done on that on that level. No more. Thank you very much. All righty, time for better to book it. Nothing on the Masters except for the futures that I got going on. So we're 1-0 so far in the Masters. Hopefully, going to see. I don't know. I thought John Rahm would be much better than today, and he's
You just froze. I'm hanging on the edge of my seat waiting to hear what you're going to say next. You heard John Rum. What?
Sucks right now.
Oh.
So
Damn.
he's hurting me at the moment, but I need
everybody. The guys in the chat were hurting too.
Cam Smith top 10. I've got Willie Z at 45-1. We're seeing with this. I could be the Vegas version of Rod Stewart. No, thank you. How old was Rod Stewart when he had his last kid?
We're not even talking about this. I don't want you guys in the chat even mentioning this. Please, Amanda watches the show.
No, she does. Yes, she does. That's very true.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's watching today, though, because nobody she tells me she's watching, but who knows? It's on replay, so who knows? She can wind up doing that. Watching it back later. I may get a text going, excuse me? What were you talking about? Sorry. I wasn't talking about anything. Pacers Cavs over 233 tonight.
Booking it. I don't even know what the game is.
I'm nailing my NBA totals. You got to be careful here. This is the one category I'm hot late in the year.
I can't believe you actually have an NBA game today.
Yes, it's great. We're rolling.
Last weekend of the regular season NBA.
Yeah, overs. No one cares. Just roll the ball out.
Let's go 3 Cancun.
Yep, let's go. AAU game, especially with the Pacers. They scored 140 points in their last game and gave up 125. So Pacers don't give a crap right now.
Yeah, probably a good bet.
Going to go ahead and run. Snippet or ticket? Yeah, that's a great point. It's a debate to have, Mikey. That's an absolutely wonderful debate to have.
What is?
By the way, she is watching. Okay,
Hello, Amanda.
There we go.
Hello?
I was waiting for that text. It's like normally she texts when we're talking about her. She'll text and she just there we go. So don't jinx myself. Well, I mean, we're not jinxing anything, but yes, thank you, TP. I appreciate that. Careful what I'm saying. She's always watching. Fair. You never know. You never know.
That's listen, it's just as transparent of a
show.
Yeah,
this is who we are. There's no bullshit. This is who we are.
It's like we call it doing a show. It's a Friday.
Right.
Like
bonus time.
Right. We do it right. Well, when it's bonus time, we can really be like whatever.
Just roll it out now.
Yeah.
There's no
roll it out.
Yeah.
Roll it out.
I still cannot believe you saying doing the butt on national TV.
Please, why? That's a great song.
No, it is not. What are you talking about? No.
When you get the notion, put your backfield in motion. Hey, doing the butt. Hey, sexy. Ain't nothing wrong if you want to do the butt all night long. That's a tremendous song. The beat is amazing.
Anyways, Blue Jays run line back on track.
Baseball.
To baseball. Run line. Fading my two favorite teams to fade.
Oh, wait, hold on. All right, let me click refresh. I looked at the Pirate game against the Phillies today. It was the only one because I sent all my Pirate guys a video. Like I was doing the pregame video today.
Right.
And they said, man, we got to get this back on track.
I'm into that.
So you got Blue Jays against who here? Was it an interleague game? Against Colorado?
Yep.
Wait, what's this number?
It was 112 last night.
Okay.
What's it now?
No, you got Gossman at home. I like it. They win. I'm just looking at the money line.
They're 2-1 on the. They're 2-1 on the run line at home so far this year. 2-5, Colorado on the run line.
Yeah,
they're getting killed on the road.
That screams Toronto. Okay,
especially because they haven't been playing as well as they should at home. And then Braves.
They made the Royals a dog against the Mets.
They did. Braves run line to destroy today after losing to the Mets by 14 or 12. They gave up 12 runs yesterday to the Mets.
Braves are where? Oh, at Miami?
Yep.
See, I think I booked this one. This might be a low-scoring game. This
Maybe.
might be 4-3.
I don't think the Marlins score more than 2 runs today.
Oh, well, if you don't – okay, so if you think that, then that's a good bet.
5-2 final.
Okay. I'll book it because that's with the 8.5 total. I'm not crazy about the bet on the run line. 9 or more better.
On the road, though, so that's why I like it better because they're on the road. I would agree, Cubby. Don't bet against the Royals right now. 7 in a row.
I was just going to say to you,
don't bet against them.
I want Kansas City with Walker
Yep.
plus money, about plus
Yep.
115 and 120 against the Mets. Better to book it.
Got it.
I think that's a definite bet.
Yeah, it's a bet it.
Pirates, Phillies, total of 9.
I just don't like, my thing with that is I don't like betting teams. Like, I bet against them during this streak. I don't like coming back and bet the end. I would have rather been on it when it was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to bet on the 8th game they're going to lose.
That's
like,
once you miss the run,
let it go.
It's let it go, because unless you don't mind and you've already lost against them, so now you flip flop and you really feel like a schmuck. It's no good.
Yeah, I don't want a part of it. I mean, look at Tommy. That's fine. Rockies are the worst bullpen in baseball, so that's why
Red Sox are close second.
Probably so, but they haven't pitched like that. They've had 3 bad games. The Red Sox overall as a whole in the first week of the season was tremendous. It's because they're throwing a lot less fastballs and a lot more off-speed pitches. Teams are starting to catch up to it, and they're starting to look for it. But the Rockies bullpen is just absolutely horrific. Like, it's really, really bad. So that's why I like the run line, because 6, 7, 8, 9 innings, you should see offense come up here for the Blue Jays at home and put some runs on the board. So,
well, this would be fun for JC from KC if the Royals continue this in April. This would be fun. That team's really
aren't they 8-1 to win the Central right now?
Yeah, you don't fluctuate the numbers too much in April for the division stuff, because there's a lot of mirages. You're seeing a lot of things right now that aren't real, like a lot of things.
Early. Right. Although he wants everyone to hop on the Royals train.
Of course he does. Pirates, Phillies, Falter, Sanchez, 9 is the total. I like over, bet it or book it.
Oh, bet it. I liked it. I looked at it. I didn't go through it just because.
Oh, really? Okay.
I looked at it. I looked at every baseball game. I looked at them all, but I was like, I can't do it.
Diamondbacks suspiciously short number today for you. The money line?
That's why I can't bet it.
Suspiciously light.
What don't I know? I don't know something.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they fade Fought all the time.
There's something I don't know. Roll call. Sorry. Super chats. May miss the live roll call 313. Have a great weekend, fellas. And Dave, definitely regret tweeting when the Wings tied it up. Guaranteed Maloik in overtime. 6-5 win for the Penguins last night. Big win. And Mikey, we love you.
Still got a point.
We love you too. But you're up. You're in the playoffs as of today. So you're in the playoffs as of today.
I'm just telling you right now.
Favorite thing about today is what?
I ain't ready for no Penguins Bruins first round series, because it ain't gonna look good and you're gonna be annoying. And I don't want to. I play, if we're gonna make it, I'll play anybody but the Bruins in the first round. Please. That's
Emerson. If Emerson's watching, I own a Jaguars hat. Yes, he just texted me and said, "Do you not own a Jaguars hat?" Yes, I own a Jaguars hat, but why would I wear a Jaguars hat right now?
Oh, Emerson, you've done it now.
He's been getting all sensitive with me on text messages.
He's very worried that you're ignoring him.
I'm not ignoring him. He's like,
I'm just telling you. He texted me on the side. He said, "Is Matt mad at me?" And I said, "No, Matt is not mad at you." Okay?
I'm not mad at him. It's just when you write to me and you say we have a problem, like that's your text message to me is we have a problem. Like, I don't know if you're serious or you're joking around. So I wrote back and I go, "You seem to have a lot of those lately." Like, I was like, "What's going on?" So I don't know. Like, it's just an odd thing. I was in Chicago, and like one of the first things I saw in the morning was a text message from him, like going like, "We're done." Like, it's just like, I don't know what you mean.
I picked up the pieces of that for you. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
He said, "Matt, he's
I'm busy.
I'm in Philadelphia on Friday night texting Emerson while he was in his underwear only.
Oh no,
his Saks underwear only.
Right.
And
oh no,
alone with his dogs because the wife was out of town.
Okay.
I was the drunk dial.
Oh, are you up? You up?
We were in the same time zone.
Right.
Emerson, I love you. No, I was there for you.
That's great.
Yes. No, my favorite thing about today, I had a call this morning and had a genuine talk with a couple dear friends in the business. And, because we got a lot of things happening right now. We're trying to take the show on the road. We're trying to do, we're bringing in sponsors. We're learning a lot about a lot of things.
Yep.
But The message was this: keep fucking doing what you're doing.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
It was
of him.
genuine.
Nice. That was nice of him. Thank you.
Because there's no path. What we're doing does not have a path.
Had this talk last night. Yes.
There ain't no path.
No.
We are looking at a road that doesn't exist with what we're doing. And it's going to require a machete. It's going to require to cut down those trees. We're going to have to then learn how to pave the road. Then we're going to have to clear it. And we're going to get, storms are going to come and wash the road out. And we're going to keep driving. I'm getting more motivated every fucking day because a bunch of strangers from all over the world, literally all over the world, come on here every day around 11-ish Pacific, 2 o'clock-ish Eastern, hang out, talk to each other. It is always forward, never straight, Vinny. And, you get these talks and these messages and these curveballs. And I say, I wasn't that great of a curveball hitter when I was playing, but I like curveballs now. Give me the curveballs because show ain't going nowhere.
They're coming for sure.
Yep.
For me, this was a really fun week, and I get to cap it off with tomorrow night. It's not my favorite thing about today, but it's about tomorrow. We get to be on Sports Grid tonight. We talk more about UFC 300. Then tomorrow I'll do UFC 300 talk again on Sports Grid for 4 hours with Joe Ranieri. And then I go to the event, and it's, living here is special. And there's a lot of things that happen here sports wise and has been happening here a lot. But when you get to have like the ultimate home game, the UFC has been based in Las Vegas before everything else, before the Raiders, before the Golden Knights, and before everything, all the basketball, everything else. We have been a fight town first and foremost. We are a boxing, we are a MMA fight town. And when you do an event like Dana White's putting on here in Las Vegas, and the amount of people who are coming to town, the buzz and the energy, you heard it in Brendan Fitzgerald's voice yesterday. You saw it with with Z coming to town and his talk about it. There's just a lot of shit that goes on in the strip. I'm glad I'm not going to be in a casino or driving on the strip tomorrow for too much, and we'll go back roads because the traffic is going to be nightmarish tomorrow night with UFC 300 being in town. But it's just very cool that we have a venue like T-Mobile where there could be concerts. There was a hockey game last night, it's tonight. Sorry, hockey game tonight. For the Knights in the Wild. Hockey game tonight on a Friday. Saturday night, you have a UFC event that's going to be watched worldwide, global event here based in Las Vegas. And it's just really cool because we're friends with John Anik, Megan O'Leary, Brendan Fitzgerald, all the broadcasters who are internationally known do this show and love doing this show. Megan wrote me a note this morning about it, like that love doing this show, love coming on, love being guests with us. And whenever they can join, they always want to join this show. And I think it's pretty damn cool. And I think it's a nice statement about the audience and what we do here, that people who are doing, interviews and shows every day, but when they come here and come on our show, they feel like they're doing something special. So that's my favorite thing about today. Thank you for being here, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. Subscribe, tell someone about the show, help us continue to grow. Our thanks to James Santore and Rithmm here on this Rithmm Friday. Thanks to Z.
I have a quick question for you.
Okay.
Bruins play the Penguins tomorrow in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Penguins win.
Are you saying that just to beat?
No, Bruins don't need it. Yeah, Bruins don't need it. You guys need it. You're desperate. It's a playoff game for you.
Oh.
Bruins don't need it.
Okay.
Yeah. Bruins
feel
don't
like you're jinxing me.
No. Bruins don't need it. It's like last night with the Knicks and the Celtics. I told you about the Knicks. Celtics didn't need it.
Was good.
About the Knicks. Same thing.
Man, I hope you're right.
You guys need it. You're charging. You're trying to make it. Your playoffs have already begun. Bruins know they got it next week. Give me the Penguins. Hotter team. More desperate.
Can't wait.
Enjoy the weekend. Full recap. Watch Dave and I later on tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time on Sports Grid. Back on Monday for BVB.